I'm giving my community a very authentic craft Texas barbecue experience, but I'm trying to stay as close to my roots as possible. It's an interesting combination because Iraqi cuisine does not have the same style of low and slow cooking as Texas barbecue does. Iraqi cuisine is very much about like kind of the hot, fast, coal-based cooking. That type of flavor profile is not that common in Texas barbecue because again, it's all about the smoke rolling over the meats. This is the interpretation of my expression of the perfect tray of barbecue. This is a Wagyu brisket from Wagyu X. It's graded platinum, so this is their very top grade. I am culturally Iraqi. I'm Muslim religiously, and that has a huge impact on my day-to-day, what my philosophy is on life. Halal is the method of preparation and slaughter for meat that allows for a Muslim to be able to consume it. In general, the slaughter needs to be done by hand. It needs to be done in a very humane manner. It needs to be done very quickly. It cannot suffer during that process. Halal is very important to the Muslim community here in the United States because the vast majority of meat here is not halal. And that's why I go out of my way to find Wagyu X, a local supplier that's able to provide me with super high quality Wagyu that is halal.
So today you're at El Rey Ranch. It's one of our many ranches inside the Wagyu X program. Wagyu is just Japanese for black cow, and so they came from Japan. We found the traits that we liked with the bloodlines that we preferred. That way we could have a very high quality full blood animal, but also have an American Wagyu cross cow that had a very good eating and high quality eating experience. And then we married those two things together.
The cows have different pasture areas, so what they do is they cycle them through. So every 24 hours or so, they're moving one herd to another part of the ranch.
I'm gonna get you a good shot, okay?
If you think about the marbling scores that we use at Kafi BBQ, we almost exclusively source their platinum grade. So you can definitely see a difference in the marbling. Marbling meaning the amount of fat that exists inside the muscle on the meat. And the more intermuscular marbling there is, the more tender generally it's going to be and the juicier it's going to be. Let me show you guys the marbling on this. It's just stunning. It's going to be intermuscular marbling for days. So Kafi has two hidden meanings. So one meaning is that God does not require anyone else for his being. The second meaning is that you require no one other than God for your own sustenance. It also has a great other meaning, which is if you're at an Arab household and there's tons of food and you've been eating all day and you cannot have any more, so you tell them Kafi, Kafi. So that means like enough, I'm done. I'm sufficiently provided for. So we want you to feel that way after you leave Kafi BBQ. That's our beauty. So this is the basis of the whole restaurant. It's the M&M 2000 rotisserie offset. With the volume and demand that we have at Kafi BBQ, we really have to use our rotisserie. It's just, it's able to handle the volume that we're throwing at it a lot more efficiently than an offset would. There's a smoke box in the back. You build your all wood fire. There's no gas assist, there's no electric assist, there's nothing like that in that rotisserie. So you're getting that clean wood flavor on your meats. And what you're able to do is you're able to basically get 3 smokers in one. Mixing this up. This is the...
It smells amazing.
Yeah, this is the spice mix of the brisket rub. This was developed for about a 6-year period. Lots of experiments. You can see it's a pretty rough, it's a pretty coarse consistency. And that rough consistency really helps with bark formation. And so that rub is gonna have a lot of umami to it. It's gonna have a lot of citrus notes to it. It doesn't stray too far away from that Texas style experience that you're looking for, but there's always gonna be something where you're like, there's something else in here. And I'd love for you guys to tell me what are the 13 ingredients in there.
One of the incredible things at Kafi BBQ is that the ingredients tell a real story. Every spice in the rub is chosen with a purpose. High quality saffron, whole pod cardamom, nothing cheap, nothing random. They use the best stuff because they want you to taste something you can't get anywhere else. And that idea of using high quality ingredients to create something memorable is exactly why I'm excited to partner with Holzkern. Holzkern is a really unique watch and jewelry brand from Austria. And just like coffee puts intention into every spice, Holzkern builds every piece from natural, high-quality materials. Real wood, real stone, real metal, so every product has its own look and texture. It's kind of like a fingerprint. No two pieces are ever the same. And every product comes with a 2-year guarantee, so you know that they stand behind their craftsmanship. Just like this Sir Lucan watch, which is an all-black watch made of maple and marble, and I absolutely fell in love with this watch because of its versatility. As you can see, I'm just wearing a t-shirt and a hat, and it already elevates my look, makes me a little bit more classy, even though I'm just wearing a t-shirt. But at the same time, I can also pair this with a suit and tie and go out for a night with my wife. Another thing I appreciate is that they ship for free worldwide from Vienna. And every order is delivered within 3 to 5 business days. So if you're shopping for the holidays, anything you order by December 19th is guaranteed to arrive by Christmas Day. If you want to support the channel and grab something meaningful, make sure you use my link in the description and use my code COOKOUT and get 15% off your entire order. Thank you, Holzkern.
We're here in Irving, Texas, really close to the Dallas airport, 8140 North MacArthur Boulevard. No one's dumb enough to move to Texas to open a barbecue spot from somewhere else. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I had moved here for the Muslim community. We're actually situated really nicely next to a very large Muslim community here, and so being part of the Muslim community was really, really important to me, and I wanted to be closer to communities that I really cared about.
A lot of people think Ethiopia is the origin of coffee, but it's not. It actually was transported from Yemen to Ethiopia. And so Yemen was where coffee was originally cultivated, but it had been an afterthought for so long by the farmers there. People were growing like khat, which is like a chewing tobacco type of thing. And that was bringing in more profit, so they were just clearing out their coffee fields.
There's also other communities that sort of have little pockets here and there. So one of the places we go to sometimes for ingredients is kind of the Koreatown area.
So this is like a substitute for vanilla in Southeast Asia.
Oh wow.
So they make like pandan custards and stuff like that out of it, and it's got this like beautiful green color.
We're gonna pick up some garlic chives. It's one of the few places I can find that ingredient anyways, so it's been great to have it close by.
They're the garlic chives that we're gonna test out today. And sausage.
That's what makes this area so cool. It's because there's so many different communities here, and they all kind of mix together to form this awesome spot.
I brought you something for your diet.
Oh, finally! Today is my cheat day. Like yesterday, and like the day before that.
This is the full beef belly plate, not a trimmed one. With a different spec than what we use for our burn-ins. Basically what we're doing here is we're gonna cut it in half, and we are going to cure it individually.
We also make the beef bacon ourselves. That is a crazy undertaking for us to go through. It takes 2 full weeks for it to cure. It would have been a lot cheaper and a lot easier for us to go buy halal bacon from the grocery stores or from our supplier or something like that. But we just found this to be of such a magnitude different quality that we wanted to do that for our customers. The first barbecue experience I had, I was in a Costco and I saw a Traeger salesman, and he immediately saw my beard and was like, this guy needs a Traeger. And he was right. At that time, I was living in California. In California, there's no codes that allow you to have an offset smoker at all. So Traeger was basically the only option. I found a brisket. It was an Australian Wagyu brisket. It was the only halal brisket I could buy online. Made it for friends. I thought it was decent at the time. I think in hindsight it was not that great, but everyone's first brisket's gonna have some problems. Then I made a couple more briskets after that. Then I moved to Texas, and all of my new friends here wanted brisket, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. They all want Texas barbecue because being in Texas, being in Dallas, You want to be part of that food culture of barbecue. So my goal with Kafi BBQ is for my community, the Muslim community, to be able to come away thinking I was able to have the best of what Texas barbecue has to offer.
What the bacon looks like sliced. So that's exactly what we want. We want like that really nice fat in there. You see it's already almost starting to melt. Beautiful house-made bacon.
Most Muslims have never been able to enjoy a Texas Twinkie because the vast majority of Texas Twinkies out there are made with pork bacon. Also, the vast majority of my customer base had never really had a true, authentic Texas-style sausage before. And the reason for that is because even if it's 100% beef sausage at another barbecue joint, it's gonna be cased in pork casing, because pork casings are a lot easier to work with. What we do is we are sourcing lamb casings from New Zealand in order to be able to provide a halal sausage to our community.
Before we stuff these into casings, we do some test batches. So we're gonna make sausage patties out of these. And what we're trying for is we're trying to add a little bit of heat to them, kind of like a breakfast patty, seeing if the meat crumbles in the pan versus sticks together. If it sticks together really well, that means that we got the bind right. If it crumbles, obviously we need to go back to the drawing board a little bit.
One of the things that was probably the most surprising to me when I visited my family in Iraq is just how generous my family was. The most generous people were always the ones that had absolutely nothing. They had, the simplest house, they had no income, they had very little food, but they were always the most hospitable. The Iraqi culture and kind of my heritage, generosity is kind of the biggest cornerstone.
Thank you.
The cilantro too, I don't know. I think it might be too much.
One way to describe prayer is, let's say you had a really important business meeting. What would you do to prepare for it? We're trying to have that meeting with the most important person in our life, which is God. God, I love you and I am a devoted worshiper of you. I am doing this check-in to remind myself that my purpose on this life is not what I was doing right before this. We have to treat it as though it's the very last prayer we're ever going to do in our life, because you don't know how long your life is going to last.
So what we're looking at right now is we're looking at the briskets. The bark has basically fully set. It's not really going to get any darker than this. So all we're trying to do is we're trying to protect the flats to keep them thick and moist and not overcook while we render out the fatty part of the brisket. These foil boats just basically provide a little bit of a cup for the liquid to just seep into the bottom and to protect the flats from overcooking.
There's an aspect of Islam that's a little bit difficult to describe. It's a phrase called qadar. To quote Drake a little bit, God's plan. It's a lot more complicated than that simple phrase, but in many ways it's a little bit similar. I can only fight so much against what is kind of the direction of my life. And my goal in life is to find my purpose and to find what it is that I can provide to others. And if there's going to be a door that closes, that God is naturally going to open another one. And it's up to me to go through that door. Every single time that you come to Kafi BBQ, every single item on your plate is made from scratch. Starting from the bread that we make in-house and we slice for you on the line. The same with our mac and cheese. We make a big pot of cheese sauce and we boil pasta throughout the day, like 20, 30 times. We're boiling small batches of pasta and we're saucing it with the cheese sauce. Our baked beans. We also use some sausages that we have left over from last week's cook, some brisket trim.
So you can see we're just kind of breaking down little blocks of bark that we collected off the board during service. It's got a really nice depth of flavor. It's gonna be pretty salty. So in lieu of like adding a ton of salt to the baked beans, we actually use this as like little salt blocks.
So you're getting super high quality ingredients. You're getting a very meaty side dish, and it's definitely very filling. It's great. So pomegranate is by far my favorite fruit. Pride myself on being able to open pomegranate you know, in a really fun way. It's kind of opening it like a flower. There's a pomegranate flower. So there are the different petals of the pomegranate. So the way that I like to eat pomegranates is I like to eat them while they're still kind of together in a bunch. You just kind of take one of these and you kind of click it into your mouth with your teeth. Pomegranate. It's really good for you. This is our pomegranate juice. So it's fresh squeezed, cold pressed, refrigerated. See the color of it is just beautiful.
What is this used for?
We use this in our pomegranate glaze for our beef belly bernets. So let's show you guys the marbling on this Wagyu beef belly. So look at that. There's still plenty of meat in here, but there's definitely quite a bit of fat. This is gonna be one of our fattiest cuts. And what we're doing here is we are basically cubing it up, and we're going to be putting this in our house-made pomegranate glaze. That pomegranate juice, that's actually the most expensive ingredient we add to any of our meats at Kafi BBQ. I want to get that super clean pomegranate flavor into the burnt ends. As my favorite fruit, it's gotta have that flavor of eating a fresh pomegranate. One last one. I can fit it on the tray. There we go. These are the 3 sausages we've got this weekend. Let's give it a little snap. See that piece of mango right in the center there? Oh yeah. Really nice and moist. Give it a nice crunch. Oh yeah. Got a really nice flavor to it. That's gonna be the most like specific flavor of all.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like anything else.
Yeah, really juicy.
What we decided to do here is we wanted to give like a really nice aesthetic to the restaurant. The term I gave was upscale cowboy. Barbecuing is all about cooking meat outdoors. So I wanted to bring that outdoor feel in. So we built kind of like stone barriers to kind of bring the stone feature in. All of our tables are end on end wood grain tables. The outdoor furniture, we ended up working with a lady in Turkey that hand makes that type of seating. So we have benches with that Majlis style seating in it. Each seating pod holds about 20 people. We're trying to give a relaxed vibe for people to be able to enjoy their meal, enjoy spending time with their family and friends. So we do 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. or until sellout, and we do that on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Kafi BBQ, the #1 most sold meat here is gonna be brisket, as with any barbecue spot. It's gonna be smoky, it's gonna have that beautiful smoke ring, really nice bark.
Cheers. That's a Texas brisket right there, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. I love the crunchiness of the bark. The saltiness is so perfect because of how fatty that is.
Yep.
It's such a nice fatty. Like it's like more buttery than greasy.
Yep.
You know, it coats the mouth and oh my gosh, that is the best Wagyu brisket I've ever had. Easily, like hands down.
Awesome. Next up, we have our ribs. So these are our Wagyu ribs. So we've got the back ribs and we've got the dino ribs. Everyone asks me what's the difference between the two. So back rib is gonna be the least common of the 2 ribs in Texas barbecue. And it actually comes from the bone part of the ribeye when they're making boneless ribeyes.
This is the meatiest back rib I have ever seen. And it's like
Dripping, look at that.
crazy, man.
Look at the juices just dripping right off.
That's ridiculous. It's so delicious.
So the dino rib is gonna be a really fat, juicy piece of meat on a very large bone. It's generally recommended to have a couple people to be able to take on a dino rib.
What I noticed about it is a lot of the flavors from the rub are a lot more present than the brisket. Is it the same rub?
It's the same rub.
Wow.
Same rub.
It's a very
different flavor.
nice experience. The flavors of that rub are a lot more brighter in that. And I absolutely love that.
We've got our pomegranate beef belly burnt ends. It's basically like little pieces of meat candy. Really nice, pleasant pomegranate flavor to it that we glaze over a period of time. And we finish it off with some extra glaze on the line. It's like candy.
Wow. I just have 4 different kinds of beef and they all tasted distinctly
Very different, right? Yeah.
That is so good. That beats the socks
off of a pork belly burn-in. Like, it's not even
Awesome.
close.
Well, I've
Oh
never
my
tried a pork
gosh.
belly burn-in, so I
You
have
don't
no
need
idea.
to. Like, honestly, you don't need to. Wow, dude. Have you ever had a pork belly burn-in?
I don't think there's any meat that's ever made me want to cry before.
I need to take some of those home, dude. That is
Absolutely.
crazy.
A Texas Twinkie is a jalapeno pepper. We stuff that pepper with smoked cream cheese that we smoke ourselves, smoked brisket that we make ourselves. Then we wrap that whole thing in our house-made Wagyu beef belly bacon. And then we glaze it, and then we cook it again.
I can't tell the difference between that and like a
regular
Twinkie. One. Yeah, like you nailed it. I know that means a lot to you because you wanted the Muslim community to be able to eat Texas Twinkie, and like I can say confidently, like they're getting that experience in there,
Awesome.
and they're getting not just a Texas Twinkie, a really good one.
Yeah. Sides are not an afterthought at Kafi BBQ. Are tallow fries. Tallow fries take us 3 days to make. So we get the potatoes, fresh potatoes, into the restaurant. We're cutting them from scratch, soaking them for 24 hours in the fridge in a brine, and then frying them in our pure rendered Wagyu tallow. We're trying to make the absolute best fries in the world. You get the tallow, you get the salt, you get the potato. It's just a
That's
very clean flavor.
ridiculous. These are the most savory French fries I've ever had in my life.
Want some?
Dude, these are crazy good. You gotta give me some of these frozen so I can make them now.
I'll get you some. Baked beans are super important to us because we're able to provide something to the Muslim community that they wouldn't otherwise be able to try. And that is my favorite side. So if you're gonna ask me that question on the line, I'm always gonna give you the same answer. It's gonna be our baked beans.
I do not like beans, so this is gonna be very interesting. I'm a little worried right now because I'm very full, and I would be like really sad if I ate these beans. I made the gag face. So I'm hopeful. I believe in Salah that these are gonna be like so good. I'm gonna be like, whoa, I like beans now. Wow. Why I don't like beans is because it's so grainy and mushy. That is actually like quite pleasant. That's really good. Should have never doubted you, man.
The most popular dessert here is the cardamom banana pudding. Cardamom is a very warming spice. It's the spice that my dad uses to make his tea every night. And I took that same idea and I put it into the cardamom banana pudding because it is going to be your last bite. And you're like, all right, I've had a great experience here at Kafi BBQ.
That cardamom flavor is so nice. It's so pleasant. Oh my gosh. It's not loud. It's not extreme. It's like a very respectful exclamation point at the end of the tray. That is so good. I mean, I watched all this stuff being made. I saw all the care that was into it, and I was still shocked at how amazing everything was.
Awesome.
And I don't understand how there's not a line out of the door every single day. Like, this is phenomenal.
One thing that's really fascinating about my faith is this concept called ihsan. And ihsan is the idea that you're doing something for the sake of achieving the best that you possibly can achieve. I'm gonna go above and beyond to try to create that perfect tray of barbecue for my community. And I want them to feel that in eating that food.